Hi guys, thanks for watching the video. My name is Steve Buzza. I am a part of the instructional team for golf, but for the last 2 years I've also been doing a yoga for golf class in the fitness center. So today I'm going to go through kind of a 10-minute routine that you could do before you play. And to be honest, it could be a great thing to do like any morning to get you ready for the day. So what we need to understand is the way that we feel. It's sometimes our thoughts can affect how our body feels, but sometimes how our body feels affects how we're thinking. So if you get up and you're ready to play like a big match, and because you're feeling a bit tired, that is in turn going to make you start feeling really nervous. So the aim of this warm-up isn't just to prepare your body, it is also to prepare your mind. So the first thing we're going to do is stand and set ourselves up in a really good pose, a really good posture. And if you're not sure what that feels like, by putting your arms out and turning your hands up, this is going to open your chest up. And I'm not even against you standing up, getting in a superhero pose, and just feel how already you're going to start feeling more confident. So for the rest of this warm-up, we are going to try and get into this posture, and then we are going to do some breathing. So the key to the breathing is trying to really fill up your lungs, and a lot of the time if you start lifting your shoulders, so like doing a breath like this, it feels like you are breathing really deeply, but in reality you're only filling up half of your lungs. So set the posture. I don't want to see any movement up in your shoulders, and can be a good opportunity. Just put your hands on your belly and really feel a real deep breath and feel like you're filling up your stomach rather than doing it all from the upper body. And I want you to do this 4 or 5 times, and we're not gonna rush this. This seems simple, but this can transform how you feel. So set the posture, big breath in. So I've just done 5 there. I'm happy for you to do, in excess of 10, and you'll all start to feel like a little lightheaded. That's a good sign that you're taking in a load of oxygen. If you've just woken up, that can, like already I'm starting to feel alive. So let's get into some movements. In the golf swing, we do all of our turning from the T-spine. So we don't do it from the lower back. It's one of the reasons, like if you look at Tiger Woods, he had a fusion on his lumbar spine and he can still play great golf. The reason is you shouldn't be twisting in that area. We do it all from kind of middle of your chest. We need to ease that up to start with to allow us to actually make some good swings. So this is one of the first exercises I like to do. Put your arms out, thumbs forward, and then we're going to make some small circles. Whenever I'm getting ready to play, I'm not holding the stretches for a long time. That's a great thing for flexibility, but not necessarily good before you play. When you're preparing, we want to do things dynamically. Now I've been doing this a while, I'm going to just put a little more speed in. Then slow it back down. Get the thumbs looking backwards, and then I'm going to do the same movement but in the opposite direction. Although the movement looks almost identical, you'll feel it very different on the muscle groups in and around the spine, in and around the shoulders. We just did some breathing, so you should not be holding your breath at the minute. If you are, I'll let you off, but I want you to get back to that deep breathing. You slow it back down. And then this movement, again, because of our modern lives, and especially if you've just got out of bed, we tend to get very, very stiff because we're over quite a lot of the time. This is an exercise I like to really try and open the chest up. So make 2 fists, put them on the side of your head, and then we're going to do 15 of these, forwards and back, forwards and back. To me, it's more important the back movement. Obviously the front is important, but really stretching back makes a huge, huge difference. And that one, again, it can feel a little uncomfortable, so give yourself a little shake. But for me, really, really important to allow you to make the turn that you're going to need in your golf swing. At the beginning of this video, I talked about how I want you to turn your hands in the sky to open up your chest. We're going to make that same movement. And then we're going to make some jet arms. So we're going to pull back. We're then going to make a cactus. And then some goalposts. Again, because this is a warm-up, you'll see I'm not holding them for a long period, but I'm also not rushing them. Again, maintain the breathing. If you're a little tight in this area, we're going to do like 3 or 4 more, and it might start to feel a little uncomfortable. Use your breathing to make it feel like you can carry on. Let's go for 2 more. Again, you'll see at the end of this, I'm not rushing to get those last couple done, trying to keep it at exactly the same rate. So all of a sudden, you know, I'm feeling freer. I feel like I can hit the ball, I'm going to be able to turn. Last move for the upper body. Both arms. One, I'm trying to touch the sky. The second one, I'm trying to touch the ground. You see, and again, I'm going to do this 10 times. You might hear some crunching when you're doing this, but this is an awesome way to stretch out your lats. That's the muscle that goes right across your back. And when that gets tight, it makes it hard to straighten your arms in the golf swing. So if you're somebody that tends to bend their front arm, so I want you to do 5 more of these. If you're somebody that bends into this position, if this muscle is really tight, it's pulling on the arm and it's making it bend. So if you are a little tight, I'm happy for a little bit of bend, but if it's feeling like on one day you can keep it relatively straight and then the next day it really wants to bend, this is a great exercise to allow that not to happen. So my upper body now is feeling fantastic, but we also have a lot of contribution in the golf swing from the lower body. So especially the back side of the body, so you know, the hamstrings and the glutes. And the glute is a funny muscle because it sometimes just switches off. So if you haven't been using it, if you've had a lazy few days and you get back to the golf course, those glutes might not be that interested in working for you. This is a great little exercise. It was actually Tammy that showed me this, and we did a clinic together, and we were talking about balance, so balance in golf. So first things first, just want you to put one leg up and see if you can hold your balance. Really get a lot of balance from having our eyes open. So if you find this easy, close your eyes. We're going to switch over. Oh, this is the one I don't like. Look away now if I start to fall over. So you see this one, you can tell, and very common in golfers to be far better at one side than the other, because golf is very much a one-sided sport. But I'm going to stick with the leg I just did. You see I was starting to sway around. You might have been doing it with both legs. So we're going to go through the same movement, but this time before we lift the leg, we're going to feel like we engage our glutes. So we engage the glutes by just squeezing them, and then I'm going to go up. And can you see how I'm actually doing far better this time? But more importantly, I can feel the leg engaging. We need that glute to be engaging, not only to play good golf, but if it's not engaging, the lower back takes a lot of that work. So if you're somebody that starts to have aches and pains in that lower back, it can be due to the glute and to a certain extent the hamstrings not doing their job. So just set the glute again. Just going to change legs. And again, this one, you'll see I'm far better. But again, I can feel the glute working far more. So this time, this is really setting me up for the day. So hold it as long as you can. Put the legs down, then we're just going to have a shake off. The hamstring for me, again, really, really important. So this next move works on the hamstring as well as a bit of the glute. We're going to take a step back. The toes can come off of the ground. You see I've got the front leg straight. I go down, I step forwards. Just going to give me an opportunity to have a nice big stretch for the whole body as well. I'm going to do this 8 times on the same leg. And the reason I like to do it on the same leg to start with, and once you start using this routine, I'm happy for you to interchange, is if you take a few steps, you'll feel one leg, so you know that front leg, the right leg I just did, feels like it's really engaged and ready to go. My other leg feels really slow and really heavy. So it's a great chance to actually experience why warming up and why being and doing a dynamic regime before you play can transform your golf. So this one's feeling great. I need to get the other one there, so I'm just going to switch around, step back, and again with this exercise, very common for one leg to feel compliant and the other leg to feel a little tight. And now I've done that both legs, so now both legs are feeling like they are ready to rock and roll. So I'm now getting excited for my round. You see I'm feeling like I've opened my chest. So I'm now starting to get excited to get to the first tee rather than getting more nervous and nervous the closer I get. And you see that was a really, really simple regime. Something, I don't think there's any excuse not to do that, but I call that kind of my base minimum before you go out on the golf course. One additional move, and I want to show you this one because I think it can be really helpful for your understanding of the golf swing. So one of the things I love about yoga is you can do some of these simple exercises and it can actually give you a sensation for something that might be really hard to explain in the golf swing. You know, so you can create a feeling rather than having this really in-depth kind of book of how to do it. Let's just feel it. So we're going to get into a warrior position. So you see my legs are on train tracks. You know, I'm certainly not 1 foot behind the other. Got some nice bend in the front leg, the knee over the middle of the foot. Just going to extend out here, just a nice chance for me to open up. But then I'm going to stretch up. It gives me a chance to feel the legs engaging, but this stretch I'm feeling, this warrior position, this is where I want to feel in the finish of my golf swing. To get that high finish, it's not about ripping the arms up, it's about extending the body. This warrior position really does give you the feeling of what you'll get the sensations in your hip, across your chest. It's going to feel like the chest is expanding, and you're actually not going to feel as much in the arms. If you only do it with the arms, you'll feel it all in the arms, and you'll get resistance from the rest of the body. Hence the reason you'll probably start finishing down here. So if you are that golfer, the person that knows they want to finish high but can't, be the warrior. So next time you've got a tee time, do the warm-up, get the body ready. The body is getting the mind ready. Go out there, be the warrior, and you could play some fantastic golf. So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, please feel free to either ask myself or any of the fitness staff, and we're excited just to make you play better. So stay safe, stay hungry, play some great golf.